Despite what their moms told them, they just aren't talented enough for radio. Unfortunately, anyone can have a show these days. Sean.
Well, I'm pretty hard to figure out sometimes. In fact, I can't even figure myself out sometimes, so don't you try to.
Joe.
You're an idiot and really a disloyal person.
This is the Cuse Militia. Now, those two unapologetically biased orange-blooded homers, Sean and Joe.
It's the most bullshit thing I've seen in 30 years.
Welcome, orange men and ladies. Happy Thursday. This is the Cuse Militia with Sean and Joe at Cuse Militia on the socials. Go there. Join the militia. The Orange go 1-1 in the ACC tournament after dominating NC State 89-68. Buddy Boeheim and company gave the one-seed Virginia all they could handle until Reese Beekman, a 26% three-point shooter, drains one at the buzzer, breaking the tie and advancing his Cavaliers. You'll hear from us. We'll hear from you in fan feedback. We are here today because Joe decided that he did not need a nap this afternoon. Therefore, we are here because I was here exactly 24 hours ago with a show prepared, a coach montage prepared, and ready to go while Joe was taking nappies. So, just for the record, just for the record, I was here, okay? And Joe was with his blankie and his bink. So, you can blame him. And he knew it was coming because he knew I was going to rip him. And what else is there to do? That's what we do here. Syracuse, they actually jumped up to 42nd in KenPom. They were 44, I think, to start the day, right? Something like that. And we won't know exactly where they're going to be at in the net until tomorrow, but they currently, after the NC State win yesterday, they're currently 39th. The resume is as follows for anybody who cares heading into Selection Sunday. A 1-7 record currently in Quad 1 games. A 5-1 record in Quad 2, 7-1 in Quad 3, and 3-0 in Quad 4. We have only played 3 Quad 4 games. I mean, you look at the resume, it looks great. I think we're going to get into all of that and all of the other ACC tournament things. I guess we can mention Duke, all of that, right after we hear from Coach.
You know, Beekman's the one guy we want to shoot it there. We don't want to give anybody a shot, but he's the one guy we would want to shoot it. He hasn't made a three. He's not a good three-point shooter, but that's the way it goes. He knocked it down, and that's to his credit. I'll make it clear to you, Mark. I mean, we should be in the tournament. Whether we get in the tournament or not, you never know. But just looking at the profile and watching us play, we should be in the tournament. I don't even want to discuss it really and look through everything, but we've got a really good team. I can't overstate how proud I am of this team because remember back when we went down to Pittsburgh and got beat, people, again, our fans have been great. It's the people on, social media, they're all done. They won't even make the NIT. If weathermen made predictions like that, they wouldn't have a job for more than 2 days. They gave up on this team after that Pittsburgh game. And then a couple other times they gave up on this team. This team never gave up on themselves. They just kept going. They kept getting better. Guys really stepped up. Yesterday, Buddy just put us on his back. NC State was really playing great the first half. He just broke their spirit. And, they played a great first half and they're still behind. And then the same thing. And then the second half starts and everybody started making shots. But it really hurts us when Allen plays like that. I mean, he's done it. I don't know why he does it. The last time I put him in, 2 times I put him in, specifically said, try to go, and if it's not there, make the pass. And he got in the lane and just tried to shoot over a 6'9" guy. And even after the game, he said, I thought I had a good shot. You know, if you're thinking that way, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. And defensively, he just was completely out of it. It's very disappointing. Like I said, Robert saved us. I felt all along that Robert was a good player. I felt all along he could make shots. And yesterday and today, he showed some of that. And I think Kadari is hurt. I think his knees bother. He doesn't look like he can get to the basket. He doesn't look as explosive as he was. And he's had this knee thing for, it's been a while now. It's been a while. He's been hurt for a while. But again, I just think this team, I can't say enough about Marek. He's got a really bad finger. He can hardly, he doesn't practice because he can't take any pressure on that left hand. He just comes and plays in the games, and the stat sheet doesn't tell what he does. I mean, he just does so many things out there, moving, screening, flashing, telling people where to go. He's a really terrific player, and he's got such a big heart to be out there.
All right, the Coach Montage is brought to us by the title sponsor for the Cuse Militia, and that is Bet Online. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all of your sports action. College basketball, we've got tournaments galore right now. The NHL, MLB's coming up, all of these things, plus NASCAR. BetOnline even covers award shows, TV shows, and reality TV, real-time updated odds and props, and almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline has you covered for all of the news, scores, and odds. It's the best way to place your bets, and it's free to sign up. Head over to the website today or use your mobile device to sign up and receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use the promo code ARMCHAIR. Actually, Armchair has changed its name, by the way, and I'm not sure if Armchair will work, but you can try it. In fact, Joe used the promo code ARMCHAIR at Manscaped, a week ago, Joe? And it worked?
Yep.
Okay.
Sure did.
So the Armchair is now Sports Drink Media, I think, is the official name. I think that it's not supposed to be unveiled until April, but anyways, they rebranded. So I'll get back to you on that. You could try it, though. I bet you it works. If it still works at Manscaped, it'll work at BetOnline. Head over there. Use the promo code Armchair. Try it out. If it doesn't work, let me know. 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Thank you. BetOnline. Okay, Joe, quickly, the NC State game. I just want to mention, I think it's worth mentioning that probably their best offensive game all year. I mean, if you look at the KenPom analytics here, you didn't have a player below triple digits, including bench players and starters. For everybody that played a second in that game was over 100 in the offensive rating. Everybody contributed. Everybody did a fantastic job. They just destroyed NC State. I mean, it was never close. They dominated them. The defense yesterday against NC State was amazing. And much of the same today, Joe, against UVA. Before we get into the coach montage, what did you think about the NC State game?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming at all, to be perfectly honest with you.
I know.
They started the lineup that we talked about. They were starting to play bigger guys and have a bigger lineup, and I was worried about that. And you saw what happened when Shaquille Moore and Braxton Beverly came off the bench, and we had our height advantage again. NC State obviously missing some guys, limited in what they can do. They're not a complete team, and we just took advantage of all the missed matches that we possibly could. 5 players in double digits, and like you said, everybody contributed. So there really wasn't a lot not to like about that game yesterday.
Yeah, just an excellent game, and we'll get into
and a statement. A
statement, absolutely, because I think the first 2 games were decided, and we talked about by like 5 or 6 points, and they just went out and just freaking rattled them. Buddy Boeheim. My gosh.
Yeah.
Buddy Boeheim. 57 points in 2 games. Is that right?
9.
59 points in 2 games.
Or
no,
8.
58.
Yeah.
58 points. We'll get it, Joe, if we keep saying numbers.
Eventually we will, right?
If we keep saying numbers, we'll get it.
We got this.
58 points in 2 days. An amazing performance by Buddy Boeheim.
And we win today, man. You might be looking at ACC tournament MVP.
We're going to get into all of that and fan feedback. But first, let's talk about the coach montage. Beekman, this dude, this freaking guy, this is one of the most Syracuse things that can happen. It is. It's so Syracuse.
Absolutely.
Because this guy stinks from behind the arc. He stinks from behind the arc, Joe. He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Sorry.
And he was, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong box score. 1 for 6 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. Guess how many points he scored, everybody? I'll have to give you one guess. Yes, everybody is right. He scored 3 points. That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It was rough, dude.
I was devastated, bro. I pulled over. Truth be told, I've been working. Joe, not only did Joe take nappies yesterday, but he also took a half a day. He took a half a day to sit home and watch the games, which is great. You know, that's great. I'm glad that you were able to do that. But I had to watch yesterday. I watched it at work while I was in the office, and then most of it. And then today, as I was driving around, I was listening to it, and I pulled over to watch the last little bit there. And Beekman, just when it left his hand, it looked true. And like Coach said, he's the one you want throwing that up at the buzzer. And unfortunately, he just, he got lucky. I mean, whatever. You can get lucky. Sure you can. NCAA tourney, Joe. I think it was after the NC State game that Joe Lenardi was still saying that Syracuse didn't pass the eye test. And, you got to be smoking crack, I think, to say Syracuse isn't passing the eye test. What they've done lately has been phenomenal. The past 4 games, including this loss, the past 4 games, they've been a completely different team. So, Coach thinks we're in. I think we're in. I know what you think. I read off the resume, Joe. You probably know better than me because you pay more attention to some of the other teams in the net that are up there. But we're 39th in the net. How do you be 39th in the net or hover around there at the end of the year after playing most of your games and still not getting to the tournament?
Don't know. It'll be interesting to see where we go from 39 after this loss because obviously not a bad loss. Virginia is obviously a quad 1.
It would have been a quad 1 neutral court game. Yep.
Yeah, 14 in the net. So, but again, the teams that we're hovering around still, like I spoke about, Utah State, Boise State, Colorado State, 3 teams that are kind of around where we are or in front of us, and they're just starting their tournaments tonight. I'm actually watching Boise State lose by 8 with 1:41 to go right now. So they lose to Nevada. Boise State gone. We're going to move up another spot. So the good thing is that overall the past week, we sat there, we didn't even play a game, and we just watched ourselves kind of climb, right? Because the other teams, they were losing, and the right teams have been losing for us. And I think that we made a statement by the way that we beat NC State, and I think that we made a statement in the way that we fought today against a team that just probably looked at to be like a Final Four contender. So,
by the way, you and I talked too. Our worst losses were against Clemson and UVA this year when we just got handled.
Oh yeah, well, worst losses were Pittsburgh, but yeah.
No. You know what I mean.
As far as point spread,
as far as getting handled, UVA and Clemson, and we come back, we beat Clemson, and we really. I think UVA escaped one. They did. Look, they won the game, but they escaped one there for sure. Mm-hmm. So And that brings me to this. Coach says this team has never given up. You know, people have given up on this team. We've had our criticisms ourselves. You know, we've had our doubts. I don't think I ever gave up on the team, but you do see that all over social media. Probably not healthy for Coach to be on there or even Buddy to be on there reading it to Coach. But this team never gave up. And the tenacity of the Buddy Boeheim and Marek and just the fire that was lit under these guys in Greensboro, I mean, just fantastic. Good to see. And no matter what tournament they play in, Joe, I look for them to rattle some cages. And you know UVA comes into this game like, we're guarding Buddy Boeheim. I mean, right?
Right.
How do you not? He rips off 31.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, we just need a little bit more help. Maybe a couple plays on defense. You know, little things there. I mean, that's the small misses that we had around the basket and stuff like that. Just those little things you need to be able to do to beat teams like that. But we were right there.
We were right there. Alan Griffin, a poor performance by Alan, a poor performance by Joe. A little disappointing. I talked with my buddy, Cavs fan, he's a who. And I told him, I said, look, they're gonna try to shut Buddy down. Alan Griffin, Quincy, you're gonna need to step up, and maybe some Joe. Joe I don't expect it. I don't. I do expect when someone is shut down, though, Quincy, or especially Alan, to step up. Alan's inconsistencies have been a little bit of a problem, and I don't know what to make of some of the things he does sometimes and how he plays sometimes. I just don't. I mean, he only played 12 minutes today, 3 points.
I mean, it's close. It's got to be close to the season low.
They were all from the line. Yeah, he didn't hit anything from the field, 0 for 4. And just hugely disappointing. Oh, yeah. Well, Allen plays half as good as what he does on an average, and we win that game. That's the thing. That's the thing that really, at the end of the day, when you look at this and you think about Allen, that's the disappointing factor for me.
It comes down to the teams that play really good defense. I mean, that's really the one thing that I've noticed is every time we play against a team that is, top 40, 30, defensive efficiency on KenPom, he just does not seem to have a very good game.
Yeah, that's true. And he lets his offense affect his defense.
Right.
And he just look, like you've said.
Well, and some of it's not his fault, right? I mean, some of it we need that height. Some of it we need to have Jesse in with a Marek and Guerrier, or to have a Marek, Guerrier, and Braswell, just because the other team's height is too overwhelming for Griffin. So there's certain situations, like we talked about, we have a unique set of, we're deep. It's just whether or not the coach has to be able to make the changes for the mismatches and for the the matchups that we have against other teams. And if we have to go big, then Allen's coming out.
Yeah. And,
just sad but true. But
it is sad but true. If he's not hot, he's not. That's a problem. Like, you got to at least do something. You've said 100 times. If you're not hot on offense, play some defense. Facilitate. There's other things you can do.
Yep.
That leads me to Robert played a fantastic game again. Look, coach gave him a lot of praise. I see it. I know all of you guys see it. 27 minutes, 10 points. He went 50% from behind the arc, 4 for 6 from the floor. A really good job. Not a ton of rebound actions or anything like that, but and nothing much in between. But solid minutes, and just you got to be happy for Jesse and Robert. Jesse against NC State and Robert, today. So just, hitting the stride at the right time. But like I said, they play like they played as a team yesterday against NC State. They beat Virginia, hands down. So Kadari's...
No, and Virginia poses different problems. So
yeah, and we talked about that, and I understand it. But we didn't do a podcast because you weren't here. We didn't, you were not here. You weren't sentient. So, anyways, Kadari's knee, been battling it for a long time, I guess, has gotten worse. He didn't even think he was going to be able to go today. He ends up being able to play. A little lack of mobility. The one thing, obviously, that I worry about, and I'm sure you, Joe, and everybody else, is he going to be okay depending on when we play. We could play as early as Tuesday if we make it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that going to be enough time? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4 more days. I don't know. I'm a little worried, though. So hopefully...
It all depends. I mean, I look at it like it all depends on the injury. If it was something serious, I feel like that they would already have...
Yeah, it's probably bruised up or something, right?
So
yeah.
It's something that he can play through, so it's a personal pain kind of thing. And, just get, the physical... get the PT on it for the next 4 or 5 days and do what you can.
Yeah. Mark, it's the last thing I want to hit up. The dude's amazing. If we're lucky enough to have him return next year, I will be a happy camper. I see Joe, no one can see you shaking your head. Joe thinks it's inevitable that he's going overseas to play, most likely, and I think I would agree with that.
Make that money.
I would agree. I would probably agree with that. But my gosh, you guys, how much are we going to miss Mark if he decides to leave? What a fantastic 4 years. What an entertaining 4 years. What an amazing player. This guy has the heart of a lion out there. He is a fighter. This dude takes if a Syracuse basketball game has not been official for 4 years unless Mark pounds the wood with his entire body. So,
you know those video games where they kind of sense how much damage you take in all the areas.
Yeah.
I wish they had that kind of meter for a Syracuse player's career just to see
the Mark meter. Yeah,
I'd love to see the Mark meter after that Zion Williamson charge. And
he's taken so many. Yeah, the Zion Williamson
finger. He replaced a tooth this year.
Oh, I know it. I mean, just an amazing player. I hope that everybody enjoyed him as much as I did and appreciate him as much as I did. I'm sure everybody does.
It's not over yet.
It's not over yet. We still got more games, but just
enjoy him.
Just enjoy him. Enjoy him, because if he goes, the legend will live on. The legend of Mark. You know what I'm saying?
He's not going anywhere, bro.
Yeah. So, all right, that is that. It's time to hear from you.
It's time to hear from you, the loud mouths from the Loud House.
All right, time to hear from you. First, we're going to hear from BetOnline. I spoke about them earlier. You remember? I don't know the promo code. Remember that? You could try.
Yep.
Yeah, you remember that. You could try Armchair. Go there, head to the website, use the mobile device, sign up today, receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. They've got it all: award shows, TV shows, reality shows, real-time updated odds and props, and almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline has you covered for all the news, scores, and odds. It's the best way to place your bets, and it's free to sign up. Go there. Go there today. Sign up. Use the promo code Armchair. Get a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. College basketball, NHL, MLB, anything you can imagine. Like I said, they do award shows and everything in between. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. eBay.com/sneakers. Go there today, whether rare dead stock or the latest releases. Find the exact shoe you're looking for on eBay. As the original sneaker marketplace, eBay is the place to go to cop the pair you've been eyeing. And with eBay's authenticity guarantee, a team of independent professional authentificators perform a rigorous inspection of the sneakers you purchase before they're sent to you, so you can shop confidently, knowing the pair is the real deal. And for you sneaker sellers out there, eBay has eliminated selling fees on sneakers $100 plus, making it free to sell or flip your collection. With other sites taking as much as 25% of that chunk, you're going to have a lot of extra money for sneakers, more sneakers. Check out ebay.com/sneakers today. That's ebay.com/sneakers. Go there today and check it out. Thank you, eBay. So,
by the way, newsflash: Boise State eliminated.
That's good. We've had a lot of
Boise State.
We've had a lot of chips falling our way here. Mm-hmm. We've gotten a lot of. When we talk about getting some help out of luck, we've definitely gotten that.
There's really not a lot of other teams behind us that are really that close that can play in. So that's just another one.
All right. Well, we will see how it goes. Obviously, when we know who we're playing. Oh, quickly. Before we do, are we going to do this Sunday or what, Joe?
Yes, I'm down.
Okay, so we're going to do a Facebook Live Selection Sunday show. Just, we can watch it together. We can hang out. We'll find out who we're playing. And we'll open up the phone lines if you want to chit chat.
What tournament we're in.
What tournament we're in, all that good stuff. So look for that. If you want to. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. I'm not going to be offended or anything.
No.
It's okay.
You might.
I might.
You might.
I might. All right.
You might.
I might. Dominic, top fan on the Facebook. I'm glad I don't live in Virginia because if I did, let me try basic English. Okay, I'm going to start over. I'm glad I don't live in Virginia because if I did, some Wahoo talk smack about winning this game, I think I'd go Jersey boy Italian on them. We played well enough to win. Defensive lapse at the end of the first half, and Quincy not shooting his free throw percentage did us in. They showed me they are a tournament team. I'm going to start at the bottom and go up. Yeah, I think so. I think that, they showed a lot of people that. My buddy, who is a Who, he was texting me after the game, and he's like, they're a tournament team, man. What a great game. They're good. They're so much better than they were when we played you guys earlier in the year. What a difference, right? So, I agree. I mean, if a Who sees it, then No,
I don't know. They're canceling Dr. Who's Dr. Seuss. So who's a Who.
True. My boy Weege. So. Yeah, I know some UVA fans, but I have to say this: there's none of them that talk smack. I know a good handful. They're all good dudes. They're all in ladies. So they're very. I don't know what it is. They're not like Duke fans or UNC fans here, or Tech fans. Tech fans are probably the worst, to be honest with you. So, anyways, top fan. I'm here on Facebook. My heart hurts. My heart hurts seeing Quincy cry like that. This is a tournament team. Check, yes. They found something that clicks on defense, and they played about as well as you could against UVA. The rest gave the last possession to the Who's. Clear 5-second violation, and Huff did whatever he wanted to do, got away with it. Stupid crap. Oh, well, this is a tournament team. He reiterates his point on this is a tournament team. Okay, look. When I see my players get emotional, I'm with you here, and I'm a grown-ass man, but I'm not afraid to say that it makes me upset. Okay?
I understand.
Okay, shut up, Joe. You do too. Don't try to act like a tough guy. So, the defense has been better. I thought their defense played good against UVA. I thought they played pretty damn good. They really did.
Some bad spots, but
yeah, there was a couple guys that had some issues. Gary A. slowed down a little bit too in some spots.
No, and Tony Bennett, they're a good coach, and they throw different wrinkles in there. There was a time there where they put Huff at the free throw line, and they were getting some easy layups from Hauser down low and some other things. So they throw different things at you where sometimes it can just something you just haven't seen. So
yeah, and I thought Jesse Edwards might have been a wrinkle, Joe. Obviously, he couldn't hang in there, and Coach pulled him. And he got all of 2 minutes, I think.
Right.
So, but Robert Braswell was effective in his minutes. So there was a couple videos going around that I saw on Twitter of people holding up a stopwatch and playing. Yeah. You saw it? Mm-hmm. Okay, I saw probably 2 or 3. I saw at least 2 of them. It was over 6 seconds. So I don't know. I thought it was a little long, too, because it feels like forever on the sideline anyway, and they had already called 2 timeouts there in that same spot. And it was with 28 seconds left, would have given Syracuse the ball with no shot clock, would have set them to the line, obviously, at some point. So, I don't know. It was a missed call. I don't know what else to say about it. It sucks. That hurt.
Yeah, of course, it does. I was telling my dad, I'm like, hey, we got to put ourselves in position to be able to, make a shot and press, because that kind of helped us last time for a little while, at least when we were playing Virginia. But yeah, they did exactly that. Buddy made the shot. They pressed. They got the ball back. They made another shot, and just everything was working, and just didn't get that call there, unfortunately. And what are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they played everything to the end perfect. They gave the person that was supposed to, out of anybody on that court, take that shot. I mean, I thought we were going to overtime, like, easy, bro. Like,
yeah, until the camera view of that shot was perfect straight down the line at the back of Beekman. And you could tell. It didn't. When it went up, I was like, oh, jeez, here we go. And to his point, too, about, Huff, I mean, look, those big guys are going to get some of that. I think it's a size thing sometimes. But that didn't bother me as much as that other missed call. And just, I didn't think the officiating was terrible. They did stop the clock at one time when I thought UVA saved a ball out of bounds. And I was yelling, that was out of bounds. He was out of bounds. And they did stop the clock, and he was not out of bounds.
Definitely not.
So I give him credit for that. But if you can't count to 5, like, should you be officiating? I mean, come on. Jeez, it's not even a high number, Mary on Facebook, another terrible coaching job. There has to be a defensive player within 2 feet of everyone with 2 seconds left. He'll never learn. Not on the coach. I'm sorry. I can't.
No. I mean, going back and watching it, if there was anybody that was supposed to be out there, it was probably Buddy. I know that Quincy, he had to kind of go down and help down low because obviously Mark came up on Key Clark when he drove. But again, if you're going to leave anybody open, it's going to be him. And I don't really think anybody should really be mad about that. I mean, it is what it is.
No, it is what it is. It's one of those freak things. And like I said, I think it was lucky. I mean, dude shoots 26%. So.
He's shot 9 threes, or he's made 9 threes all year.
9 for 32.
That's
for the whole season.
That you say, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So, like
versus
I said,
everybody else, yeah.
Right? Like I said, besides, you'd think maybe Huff's taking that shot, or obviously Hauser's taking that shot, and that's, like I said, that's the most Syracuse thing I think I've seen all year. So, Chris, Joe showed up to play. Buddy and Mark are as consistent as they've ever been. Q is one tough dude playing through some pain. Brad's looked good doing the little things, took advantage of their rust early, but I think the 2 games in 2 days caught up with us in the last 3 minutes. Incredible effort considering. I don't think so. They did not look bogged down or fatigued to me at all. I think Buddy looked more tired at the end of the game against NC State than he looked at any point at all during the game against UVA, and I think he played 39 minutes. Yeah, he played 39 minutes. So, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think fatigue played a factor. I think they were, if anything, running on adrenaline, but I don't think fatigue played a factor in that at all. That's just a couple little things.
That sounds like a comment from yesterday's game.
It's not. It's not. I mean, are you trying to call me out? Do I have to go prove? Do I have to prove it to you? Okay.
I'm not calling. That's a statement.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Joe would. I mean, maybe this dude's a day behind. I don't know because Joe
played great yesterday. But.
Yeah, Joe did not show up against UVA, in my opinion. I know Coach likes to stick his neck out there for him. It's one of his point guards. I get it. Look, Joe, he 4 assists, 6 rebounds. Pretty good. Other than that, he didn't really do anything. 1 for 5 from 3. 1 for 8 from the floor. At Coach Tim HPB, such a great overall effort. Passing was exceptional. Many things you can point to for the loss, but the lack of effort, communication on defense by the forwards absolutely killed us, and it wasn't just the last shot. There were multiple breakdowns in the last several possessions. There was a couple bad turnovers. I think Quincy had one on a backdoor pass that he was trying to sneak through. That was a big one. And, like he said, like Coach Tim says right there. I mean, it was a couple little things. If a couple little things go our way, we win that game. And like I said to you, Joe, after the game, just the feeling, the emotional feeling of the game. Sometimes I'd rather just lose by 10 or 15, knowing we're going to lose with 2 minutes left, and just get to settle reality with it than being stunned like that. But
as a fan, obviously, I can understand that point,
but we needed to play this one.
You're smarter than that.
Yeah,
obviously. Close loss is better than getting blown out by 23,
yeah.
right?
Obviously, I'm very smart. Yes.
No, obviously, this isn't a complete team. We've seen this team grow as the season's gone on. I think that we haven't seen the full potential of this team because we're never going to see this team with Sidibe. And we're now kind of the last 4 games trying to figure out who can. There's a lot more players that are helping and that are contributing, and coach is making the adjustments, and that's why you see a different rotation. And as far as offensively, there's a lot of different things that we can do better. We did pass the ball better. We moved the ball better in the first half. But moving without the ball, we're lucky that Buddy Boeheim was on fire and did what he did, because there was a lot of times where they would just give the ball to Buddy and just they weren't moving. They weren't trying to do anything. So, I mean, shot selection for sure for some people, 100%. And on top of that, just moving without the ball. There's definitely different things that we can do to become a better team. But the last 4 games, I think that, we've proven that we're a tournament team, and we can only really get better.
Yeah, and, hitting it right at the right time. And I couldn't be more proud of this team either, as Coach said. I really can't. Because it was like the land of misfit toys for 3/4 of the season. Right. It was just so, but man, Buddy.
Well, and you don't think about it either, right? Because people look at Alan Griffin, you've seen some of the games he's had and everything, right? If Sidibe was never hurt, you're looking at a starting lineup of Gerard, Boeheim, Guerrier, Doljai, and Sidibe. And Alan Griffin, he's just coming off the bench. He's the 6th man. He's just going to come off and hit shots. And if he's not playing defense and hitting shots, he's going to come right out. So you're looking at a game today where Sidibe doesn't get hurt. This might be his average type of game in the beginning of the year.
That's true. He's just gotten so much extra playing time because of that. And that's why you can add the point of, you expect more out of him, because we've seen what he can do.
When he's not playing defense and he's not helping on the rebounding end, we have to put somebody in. And during the beginning of the year, especially early, middle of the year, we really didn't have anybody there. There was Woody Newton for a couple games, and he kind of fell off. Braswell, then he fell off, and we didn't really have anybody. And now I think Braswell he's proven that he can come in and kind of play really good defense and give you that height and hit some shots too. So now
he's matured,
makes it a little bit easier for the and it makes it a little bit easier for the coach to put him in if we're getting out rebound and Alan's kind of in his feelings about maybe not hitting some shots or struggling offensively.
At David _ super would have been nice to press a little bit at times during the first 38 minutes, but what do I know? I don't play basketball, and I'm only 5'11". Wow, so you're as tall as Joe, but if you got hair,
I'm 6 foot.
Shut up, Joe. You're 6 foot with sneakers on. So I thought.
What are you with sneakers on?
Like 5'8". Like 5'8". I'm not over here bragging, bro. I'm not bragging.
I'm not bragging either. I was just
okay. Look, man, and I'm a little,
Yes, you are.
I'm not fat either. I'm a little heavy for my height. You know what I mean? So I'm a little short and stout a little bit.
You could have stopped it. I'm a little.
I've heard all the jokes, man. You know all the short jokes. You can't say one that I haven't heard. Your feet are in your driver's license picture. All that. I've heard all that. It's
a good one. You
can swing your feet from a curb. I've heard sitting on a curb. I've heard all that. So can I get back to fan feedback, by the way?
Sure.
Oh, I thought the press honestly was perfect. it came in at the perfect time. My buddy Weege, who's the Who, he always says, man, the Syracuse press rattles UVA. They did it at the perfect time. They really did. It brought him back in that game.
No, obviously it did, but that was a situation where we needed that in that situation. And there's just some times where...
Do you think they should have started it earlier?
I think they should just throw in little wrinkles. Like, who cares? You're up 2, boom.
Just
throw
it
on
them. Because UVA's more the UVA's more rattled than that by most. They're a very regimented. They're almost like they don't play
in chaos.
No,
like
not at all. They're not good.
Right, yeah. So as soon as you start speeding stuff up and things are starting to get crazy,
they get sloppy.
It's like whoa.
Yeah, like whoa, guys, calm down.
There's other teams where you can get a point guard that can dribble through the whole. They just play in that, They have the athletes and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's like you said, it's proven to work against them. And I just obviously at that point it was the perfect situation to throw it on there, and it was obviously a situation where we needed to. But it would just be interesting to see what that kind of thing would do if you just threw it on them.
Just all of a sudden,
in the middle of a half, right? Yeah, just all of a sudden off of a shot.
Hey, you
go up 3.
What was it? A 10-2 run to finish the half in the first half. Throw it in there with 2 minutes left in the half. They finished that half on a 10-2 run.
You got to score to press.
Yeah, well, I mean, I understand that, but
we went for 6 minutes without scoring too. So 7 minutes
between the end of the first half and the beginning of the second. At KC Meek, we played well, held the 1 seed until the last second, hoping for some love on Sunday from the committee. But part of me feels we will get snubbed, but somehow Duke will get in. Well, look, if Duke gets in, we really got screwed.
Okay. If Duke gets in, there's a serious problem in the universe right now.
If Duke gets in, then they really hate us. They really hate us, and so that's the news, I guess. Duke, we don't really know. I asked James what was kind of going on with Duke, what the thought process is there, and they need 7 days. They're not going to they wouldn't have made the NCAA tournament if they didn't. I guess I don't know, Joe. If they didn't play, correct, then they're not making the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, they needed the wins.
Right.
They needed tonight. They needed tomorrow. They needed those games, and they weren't going to get them. So, and then you talk about the contact tracing and quarantining, and Sunday's the selection show. So I don't know if it came from the NCAA or if it was just Duke's decision, but nonetheless. Their season's over, unfortunately.
Their season's over, fans. And you would think, I thought the whole point of wearing the contact tracing stuff was so you could eliminate the issue of having to quarantine a whole team, and you could pull that player or that coach or whatever it was. It just says tier 1. It just says tier 1 personnel. So that's a coach, that's a player. And I thought you would be able to. I thought the point of that was so that you could go back and find out if anybody was in contact with him and could be in danger of, contracting COVID. And I thought we were supposed to. I thought, what's the point? If that's not it, what's the point? So anyway, it's frustrating because nobody. They tell you they don't tell you enough. So they just leave you in the dark just enough. And this isn't Duke. This is just the whole thing in general. This is everybody. They leave you in the dark just enough to where you're so confused by the protocol and the procedure of everything that you just don't know. But whatever. Duke's not playing. Whatever. Who cares? I hope that whoever has it is going to be okay. I'm sure they will. But who cares? Anyway, at Cuse Waterboy, maybe I should care. I don't. Maybe I should, but I don't. I know. At Cuse Waterboy, brutal to lose on a buzzer beater, but Syracuse has more than proven it deserves an NCAA bid. Also, do we need to wait for the elections, or can we just declare Buddy the new mayor of Greensboro now? Look, he might just become the mayor of Syracuse. Who wants to stay in Greensboro? There's no value there. So, I don't know.
Hey.
By the way, What does that place hold? 100 people? So they let in 10? They're at 10% capacity? They're so disappointing. Like, come on. I thought there was going to be more fans in that thing.
Compared to the Dome?
Oh, it's way smaller than the Dome.
I'm talking about the fans.
I'm talking about the 10% capacity in North Carolina.
How much did the Dome have?
Oh, for the lacrosse game? Are we going to bring that
for the
up?
basketball game.
0.
Yeah.
Exactly 0. If you carry the 1, yeah. It's exactly 0.
Do the math. Yeah, 0.
I was just talking. He said brutal to lose on the buzzer beater. Yeah, obviously that sucked, and we talked a little bit about it. But I just was watching the Notre Dame game with my wife, and I said, man, it must really suck to lose like that. I can't remember the last time Syracuse lost one like that. That must really suck. And I was trying to think, when was the last time that happened? I don't remember. I didn't go try to look it up, but I don't remember. But now I know what it feels like, and it sucks. It sucks really bad. It sucks really bad.
100%.
At Willie D, 22. I got it. That was a tough pill, but our boys took the top seed down to the wire. No shame in that. Griffin has got to play smarter down the stretch. We should get in and play in the first 4. I'm just bummed I can't watch another Cuse game this weekend. Yeah, it is exciting when you get to look forward to a Syracuse game every day, isn't it?
And the way they were playing, too, I was like, man, if we beat Virginia, we're going to the ACC championship. Like, we're going to have a Saturday night game.
Yeah.
Like, I was pumped about it.
Yes. Yeah.
I was so just being able to, okay, we're going to be able to exact revenge against Georgia Tech. That's just kind of what my feeling was, but didn't happen. And yeah, unfortunately, that's going to sit here and sweat it out for 4 days.
We weren't beat by the same team twice at all this year. Oh, UVA. What an idiot. I'm so stupid.
Except for today.
Except for today. Besides today, it hasn't happened, guys. So, all right. That's all we got on the fan feedback. Appreciate everybody who participated in that. A couple of trolls on Facebook. Peter, he's a huge troll. He comments every game. I don't pay attention to him. But he was called out if you want to go look at that. But, I don't
Well, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. What, on Sunday?
No, as far as so right now in the bubble, right? Pretty much they have, Lenardi, I'm going to say, because obviously there's different. But Lenardi has us as the last team in, right?
Oh, now we're the last team in. Now we passed the eye test for Lenardi. One game late.
No, that was last night, so I don't know the difference between after we losing Virginia. But ahead of us, Colorado State, Boise State, who just lost Drake, who has already played and lost their conference championship against Loyola Chicago, which I think that we'll be ahead of. And the next 4, Louisville, I don't believe they should be in the tournament based upon how they've dealt with COVID.
Absolutely not. If Louisville makes the tournament and Syracuse doesn't, that's just, what do you do at that point?
Like Georgia Tech, who won tonight, so they're probably going to solidify themselves. VCU, who has the A10 championship game on Sunday against St. Bonaventure, so if they lose, who knows how far they're going to fall. And Michigan State lost today by Maryland. So when you're looking at the last 8 teams in, I really like where we stand versus a lot of them, even though right now Lenardi doesn't have us in front of some of them. He's not always right. If you remember a couple years ago,
yeah, when we were a 10 seed.
The tournament. He didn't even have us in the tournament, and we got a 10 seed. It wasn't even close. So
shout out to VCU. Shout out to VCU. It's my wife. My wife's a VCU alum. So,
well, if them losing to St. Bonaventure means that we get in, sorry about VCU.
Oh, I don't root for them. I'm just saying shout out to them. My wife graduated from there.
My bad. Didn't know you
we
knew
have
somebody
no.
on the team.
By the way, we have no Rams gear in the house. Okay, it's not allowed. That's not a thing. I mean, and my wife knows it. She doesn't care. So
true. Colorado State Rams or VCU?
The VCU
Rhode
Rams.
Island.
The VCU Rams, Joe. Quit being stupid. So look, we will do something on Sunday with the Selection Sunday show. We're not going to have a Selection Sunday show. I'm not going to put it out there like that. We're going to watch it together. We're going to talk about it. We're going to shoot the breeze. Yeah. You want to drink a couple beers with us? Hey, stop by. Drink a couple beers. And then once we find out who we're playing, obviously we will be back and we'll talk about that. And we'll try to take this thing and do the best we can with it down the stretch. And, heads up. I think we're in, everybody,
Yeah, have faith, guys.
Yeah, have faith. I think we're good to go, and we'll see what our path looks like. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, and just enjoy what we got left. So
hopefully.
Yeah. That is all I got. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us. I want to thank BetOnline. I want to thank ebay.com/sneakers. For Joe, I'm Sean. We're out.
Peace.